What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Off the Record. We love Off the Record here at the Smoking Tire, and every week, including this one, I get multiple emails from you guys saying that Off the Record has helped you get those points and keep those points off of your record. Do a little whoopsie on the highway. You don't just roll over. You don't plead guilty. You call for backup. You go to offtherecord.com/TST. They will connect you with a qualified attorney in the jurisdiction where you got that ticket. They will fight that ticket for you, and they will help get those points off your record. Again, offtherecord.com/TST will get you 10% off all legal services from Off the Record. Don't plead guilty. Get off the record. All right, folks, on this episode of the podcast, Zack has a new game show called Zack Clapman's Driver's Test, and we talk about the inspiration and the execution of that. I do take two on the M5 Touring. The first one was broken, so they sent us another one, and review the new Aston Martin Vanquish. Yowza. Plus, me and Zack almost ran out of gas in the same car. All that and more on the Smoking Tire Podcast. Let's go.
Okay, I can see us.
Can you?
I can.
Am I clear to you?
I can see, yes, because I'm clear. And I want to talk to you about that.
Picture me rolling.
Picture me in Scientology.
Oh, you're that kind of clear. I meant, am I clear to you is from the intro to Picture Me Rolling. In a 500 Benz. Existe? Ya existe?
We exist. I was waiting for some audience confirmation, but it'll work. It'll work.
Yep. Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
I had a cool story in the morning. I want to shout out. I was walking to work, and I see a Mr. Chrome Terminator sitting at a light, and I'm about to take my phone out to take a picture, and I see the window go down, and I walk up, and the guy's like, "I'm listening to you guys on a podcast right now."
Oh, all right.
Shout out Carlos, and it put me in a great mood, and I was like, "Dude, I was about to take a picture of your car."
Carlos and the Mr. Chrome Cobra.
Yep.
Send us a photo of the Mr. It was a first or second gen? Roundy one or New Edge?
New Edge.
A New Edge? That's
Yeah.
Mr. Chrome. The 96 one, the SN95, was just Mystic.
Oh, okay.
I casually refer to both as Mr. Chrome and Mustang Nerd. Actually, it's actually just Mystic. Shout out to Carlos.
Yeah.
I got actually'd an email the other day because I went on a little rant about Cafe 2 weeks ago or whatever it was. Actually, Cafe has nothing to do with emissions. Cafe is just a tax scam to get the manufacturers to pay more to build cars. The emailer referred to a system of penalties for not meeting fuel economy standards as a tax scam. That isn't what a tax scam is. A tax scam is when an individual figures out how to not pay taxes on things they should be paying taxes on. That's a fine that you pay the government.
Right, that's a fine.
If you don't do the thing. It's not a tax scam.
Right.
And if you really have to be explained as to why cars that have better fuel efficiency produce fewer emissions, I don't know how to help you. I'm sorry.
Ooh, that would be...
It's not a direct one-to-one.
Yeah,
It's not a direct one-to-one. You could find a car that goes, well, this gets 35 miles per gallon, but puts out more, diesels.
Yeah.
Or in this one, but in general, industry-wide, if the cars are more fuel efficient, they are burning fewer things.
Right, true. Yeah.
And also, the cafe element is one aspect of it. I just watched this week's episode of Some More News, which you should watch. And, dude, the fucking creep running the EPA now is fucking like he talks like an oil industry lobbyist. On all these, there's just video after video after video of him going on these podcasts and talking about how the EPA will no longer get in the way of industry. Like, he literally sounds like a lobbyist. He's like, well, we like the environment, but we can't get in the way of industry. It's crazy. So, anyway, it's all happening. It's good.
It's going good.
It's going good. Like, if we don't, we might burn. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be fun. On a better note, Zack has a game show.
Ooh, I do.
Zack made a game show. And I was a bad delinquent friend and didn't watch it for 6 days after it came up.
It was car week.
It was car week. I didn't do. You saw me not being able to do any real work. You were there.
Yeah.
So Hannah and I sat down and watched it last night, and it was cool.
Thank you.
Zach Klapman's driver's test. Driver's test is a good name.
Because everyone who's on it drives a car.
Well, it's like in everyone who has a license has taken their driver's test. It's a double entendre thing. It's and Zach has the disheveled suit. As you
I've had it for like
the standard
7 years.
The standard internet game show host disheveled suit.
Yeah, the tie was left open by accident because it was so hot in there. But
it completed the look.
Yeah.
I think if you had that suit with a well-fitting tie, I think it would have looked silly.
Yeah. And it needs to look silly, but not too silly.
Well, not to shout him out one too many times on the show, but Cody from Some More News has been wearing the same suit without like washing it for like 5 years.
Really?
And it's gotten like progressively more disintegrated.
Without washing it?
I mean, I think it's without washing it, but like, or it's like strategically washing it so it falls apart. But like, it's self-deconstructing.
Tell you what, if I didn't wash a suit for that long, the armpits would have holes in them just from.
Well, he's the only person on camera, so
shot remotely.
Yeah, you've got to have people surrounding you in this one.
Yeah.
So why'd you decide to make a game show?
I was watching a lot of these British panel shows. The BBC is great because they have like 5 shows that are just excuses for comedians to talk to each other. It's like a podcast, but with a little bit of an agenda. So they've got, there's a trivia one, like Jimmy Carr has a trivia show, like every year.
Yeah.
And, people have to answer the questions and stuff, but most of it, like 90% of that show is banter and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But they have a bunch of them, and it's like we need a vehicle for these funny people to talk and do something. And I was just sitting there watching these and thinking like, there's no car version of that right now. There's no, and it's basically that. Like we have all these people that are in the car world, and very entertaining folks, very knowledgeable folks, and how can we get them together in a way that's fun? And and I don't want to like make a new podcast because I'm not going to do that, and it would just be.
Not doing another podcast is very important.
Yeah, I'm not going to reinvent that wheel.
Yeah,
but I just thought like, what do we like to do? Like to hang out with all of our different people. People discuss a bunch of things, and how do we add a little mission and a little bit of competition that makes them kind of. Try a little hard, pay a little attention. Yeah. But the show's not too serious because a third of the questions are
2/3 of the way through, I looked at Hannah and I was like, "Is there a score?" I actually was there a score? If that
was, but episode 2 will have a score.
Maybe a lower third. Yeah. No, but like I did actually. I assumed there was a score at some point, but the conversation turned to something else, and I was like, I don't. Is there? You at some point you go, I'll award you 2 points. I was like, there's points. It was fun.
There's points with every question. I did intentionally not call out the score with each question because I thought. TV production move. If one of the questions is a fucking dud,
you can cut it. You got to cut it.
And for the audience, like we'll only cut it in a way that keeps it fair. I'm not going to change who wins. I'm not going to be a kingmaker over there. But that was the
Trump's
reason.
caddy.
Yeah, but we'll do it in the lower third. That was the most requested thing was a scoreboard, and then people's suggestions, like from friends, family, and commenters online, were so funny and all over my friend texted me yesterday, and he's like, here's the idea for how to improve your show. 3 teams of 3, and I was like, that is twice as hard to schedule, bro. And he was like, one team knows nothing about cars, one team is just friends, and one team are experts.
That was basically
that's
Jay.
Gonna be brutal.
Jay knows everything about cars that the 4 cars that appeared in movies from 1986 to 1991, and nothing about any cars outside of that at all.
Yeah, but so that's why I intentionally paired him with Derek because Derek was a journalist, worked for Car and Driver, and then Jay
has detailed files.
What?
Derek has detailed files.
Yeah, just shy of a spreadsheet. Really.
Yeah.
So
no, it's a fun thing. I am going to give you absolutely no suggestions at all. Everyone else is giving you suggestions. I'm in a 100% support business. You can listen to suggestions from other people, and if you want them, you can ask. But I bet you have enough. Either way, it's a fun idea. I didn't know. I don't watch British chat shows. So when I was watching it last night, I was like, okay, am I watching a game show that feels like a podcast or a podcast that feels like a game show? And now that you've described to me what the sort of inspiration and intent was a little better, because you didn't, I think you intentionally didn't talk to me about this at all before you made it.
To be fair, I only told 5 people, and they were all there that day.
Sure,
yeah.
Which is like fine. And I knew you were doing something, and I figured if you wanted to tell me, you would have. And if you didn't want to, there was a reason, and whatever. And I didn't want to say anything really about it at all until I actually watched it, and I figured if you wanted editorial, you'd ask. But I enjoyed it, and now that I know the backstory of it, that's what you did. It's like halfway between a game show and a podcast. So, like, well done.
Yeah,
that's exactly. If that was what you set out to do, there it is. That's the fucking thing. And the guests are all people I know and like, and I hope you make more of them. And with one video, you got 3,000 subscribers and 11,000 views. So, I mean, that's pretty encouraging. That's pretty good, right?
I was pretty shocked and like stoked on everybody who subscribed because, it went from 0 because it was a brand new channel.
Yeah.
To 3,000 subscribers, and then, views are fine. And launching a new thing, I went, this might have 100 views. I have no idea what it's going to do, but the response has been good. The support has been amazing, and I am planning to make more of them. We're going to make another one in September. The pace, I think I could do one a month, because you have to get. I mean, you know how it is. We used to schedule one guest.
No.
Now
That's a pain in the dick. Yeah. That's no fun.
Yeah,
you got to do. If you're producing that, it's 4 guests and the crew, and you're also kind of the director.
Well, and I have to write all the questions.
Yeah,
and like 15, 16 of them, and
your guy.
What?
Your guy. That's Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri is the EP, the showrunner, the director,
he is?
And the host, and friends with all the chefs. Yeah, of Triple G.
He directs it while he's hosting it?
I don't think he's literally the on-set director. There is like a person who tells cameras what to point at, but he is the showrunner and EP and in charge of the entire set while hosting the show.
Yep.
And he's like, all right, guys, let's go on to the next shot. Like, I was there. He decided when a scene was done, not like some other person.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, no, he's a fucking maniac guy. He's crazy. No one's like that. But like having seen him do it, that I was like, that looks hard.
Yeah.
I was there one day. I go, that's why I could never be Guy Fieri, because of that.
Well, he built that muscle over, and he has a brain probably.
Yeah, and he also has like 25 restaurants, and he's doing that on 5 television shows. It's insanity. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how you don't fucking explode.
An aneurysm.
Yeah, he seems pretty mellow considering. But it looked good. The lighting actually was very nice.
Just how it looked. We didn't light anything.
You didn't use lights?
Nope.
Really?
Swear to God.
That's Marco's shop is very well lit.
Shout out. I mean,
it looks like it almost looks like a prepped TV studio lighting.
It does. And we had the door open, which was a bummer because it was hot out. Mm-hmm. But they don't have AC in there anyway, so it would have been hot anyway. But yeah, we just like opened the door, and then when I saw it through the cameras we rented, I went, "Whoa,
that looked really well lit."
I had multiple people ask me if we shot it in front of a green screen, because it looked too good.
It was wild.
Yeah,
very very cool. Anyway, go watch it. It's just Google or YouTube search Zack Klapman's Driver's Test.
It pops up now. The first couple hours of a new channel, when you type in the exact name of it, it gives you a bunch of other shit.
Well, and if someone Hannah accidentally got it backwards and searched Zack Klapman's Test Drive and got 500 smoking tire videos, which is like, accidental SEO death, like I always talk about one of my favorite racing movies, motorsport movies, is the documentary called One, just the number one, which is an unbelievable movie. And people are like, I can't find it because it's called One. It's like you just can't search for the number 1. It fucks up everything.
Yes. Yeah. It was hard. I watched that with Sarah recently. It was very hard to find.
It's really hard to find. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. But that's awesome. Good for you. I'm 100% down. I wanted to, I never talked about it, but it happened like 3 weeks ago. My email got hacked. Folks, got to take one quick break from the action for Dylan Optics Sunglasses, our longest running sponsor, going all the way back to 2010. And when I was just at Car Week, everybody was asking me about my new Dylan Optics sunglasses. And what's great about these things, they immediately look different from the outside, but from your eyes on the inside, it is like HD life. The double polarized NIR lens technology is exactly the right thing for bright sunny days behind the wheel of a car driving across the desert, if you're at the beach, if you're at a concourse, wherever you's at, you need this eye protection. And if you go to thesmokingtire.com and click on that partners tab, we will send you a free Smoking Tire t-shirt with every purchase of any set of Dylan Optics sunglasses. They come in all different color frames and lenses. You can mix and match so your pair will be totally unique. Again, go to thesmokingtire.com and click on that partners tab. The Dylan link will get you a free t-shirt for every pair of Dylan Optics sunglasses you purchase from our longest running sponsor. And now back to the show. So here's what happened, right? And I got a few people who were like, I can help you with your your cybersecurity. Like, clearly, like, your password's not good enough. Blah. Bullshit. I got boomered, but there's the fucking excuse. I clicked a link, but there is a story. Okay, I did get boomered, and that email that sent out to every single person I've ever emailed. Not everyone in my contacts. Everyone I've ever emailed from Matt@thesmokingtire.com.
Oh, my God.
I heard from a whole lot of people I wish didn't know I still existed. And, I clicked a link. It opened a website that looked immediately suspicious, and I did nothing else. And then 4 days later, it emailed everyone I've ever emailed. Okay? So it was an email, and if you go scroll down my Instagram, I have a screenshot of what it was. Keep going, keep going, keep going. It's the one that looks like a fucking scam email. Keep going, keep going. That. View dashboard. So it sends you that, okay? That's what it sent to other people, okay? It looks like a DocuSign is coming, all right? So it came to me the same way. It came to me the same way I would give it to you. And normally, if you get an email like this, you wouldn't. If my dad sent me a fucking email like this, I'd be like, Dad, what's going? Anybody, you send me an email like this, I go, what the fuck is this? What if, Zack Clapman?
I sent you an email just like this.
Yeah,
and you would have known about the show.
You wanted me to be on it the whole time. I never knew.
Yeah, no, go, keep going.
You know who I got the email from?
I do, but it's
our fucking ad sales agent. The one person where I would go, okay, and open an email like this.
Looks like a proposal.
It looks like what these look like.
Yep. Yep.
Now it doesn't like, within one click, I was like, this ain't right, and it was gone. And I hoped my Macintosh would save me, but it didn't. I got boomered, but the email came from the fucking maybe 2 people in the world that I would actually open an email from that looks like this.
Yeah.
Because people who sell, when you're in the content creator business, you have different people that help sell you ads, sell ads for you, right? We have a team that sells ads on the podcast, and we have a different team that sells ads on the YouTube channel. Okay. And every once in a while, we'll be independently approached by standalone agencies who also want to sell ads, and I'll sell an ad to them directly. Okay. It's an okay system. But like all the time, emails come in like this from random ass agencies, but it's usually like, fucking, I don't want to say some crazy racist thing, but like some unpronounceable Chinese name, blah, 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 that's trying to sell some Amazon garbage, right? And you just don't bother. But when it comes from the person who is the ad proposal.
Well,
anyway.
And to add to that, sometimes we'll get ad partnerships, and the advertiser requires us to join a sort of portal tracking something or other.
Dude,
very annoying.
Yeah, like who was it? Was it Carlin or somebody always said it's not. I'll do the comedy for free. You're paying me to go to an airport. I forget who said that. I don't want to. I want to give them credit, but like, I'll stand on stage and tell jokes for free. It's you're paying me to. Same thing with cars.
Sure.
I'll drive the fucking. I'll go drive the Mustang GTD around the track for free. I need to not be here though. That's the thing, right? But like. Go on, sorry. But the getting paid bit is you signing up for these goddamn portals.
Well, and it's not common in this game with us, but it happens maybe twice a year. So when you see something that's like View Dashboard, you go, oh, it's gonna be one of these things where I gotta create a login to track the thing instead of doing the way everybody else does it. And so I hate
that. Someone proposes a rate and they don't tell you till the end. Right. If I knew, I'm going to start doing this. I can't believe it's been so long. I'm going to respond, thank you for your interest. Before I quote a rate for you, will you require me to make a new account for a portal? Yes, no, because I need to factor. I got to do a plus 1,000 minimum if you're making me do a fucking portal.
Because it literally isn't that easy.
It sucks.
I mean, I know people are listening going, how hard is it? Like, there are some weird snags you need to do because some of the analytic trackers are not very well refined. Yeah. They're brand new.
Yeah.
But, they promise.
And sometimes they want information that you're like, why do you need my bank account balance? For that, like, what the fuck? Like, why are you running my credit? You're paying me.
This was the best Trojan horse. I mean, it was
from the perfect foil from the perfect person. I got had.
Yeah.
And I also learned, because I know exactly when it went out. It went out at like 6:26 a.m., whatever, right? Yeah. I learned that people don't check their email for like 4 or 5 days sometimes, which is a wild thing to me because I check my email like a zillion times a day.
Oh, so 5 days later, you're
5 days,
still
it's still coming.
Oh my God.
Still coming.
I texted you early in the morning. I was like, I bet he's heard, but if he hasn't, but maybe. And then you responded back. It was very clear that I was number 70th. to let you know.
And no, if that happens to someone who's your friend, even if they're the 50th person, if it's your friend, good looking out. I'm overwhelmed, but good looking out. Yeah. But when it's like, no, because you could also like some of the people that we worked with a very long time ago were all, hey, great to hear from you. Would love to work on you. Let's get lunch.
But what's funny and terrible is if it's someone you don't want to hear from, the odds of them having clicked the dashboard are like 100%.
Pretty high.
Like, I want to work with Matt.
I want to work with Matt. I'm in. Click. Also, the perfect Trojan horse. Eventually, it'll send emails from people that no one wants to hear from.
Fix the glitch. The example of the most imperfect Trojan horse is related to this. I'm sitting with my mom in Santa Cruz a few days ago, and she goes, what is this email, this invoice thing? And I go, oh, shit. And I look, and she had opened an email where the subject title was no subject, and the body of the email said the number 1, the number 2, ... and then had a PDF attached. My mom's like 84.
Yeah.
And she's like, I opened this, I didn't order this invoice, and I had to explain how spam email works. Yeah. And I was like, you see how the subject is just nothing. 1, 2, ... And she's like, yeah. I'm like, that's nothing. If it was a better scam, it would say Amazon, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I showed her, like, see these invoices I have, see what they look like. And she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you clicked on this, which I understand. She clicked on that, which I do not understand. Yeah. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, and by the way, the one that was sent to me didn't say created by Matt Farah. It said created by and the name of my agent. And I was all, ugh. I did the, ugh, I'm going to have to use the fucking portal for this now? That was what I said. And I was, but I need money. All right, click. Ugh,
Not good.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to start doing extra rates for portals, though. Fuck
portal charge.
Fuck
portal fee.
Portal fee.
Like a tariff.
Put it in the invoice. Portal fee.
Yeah. Portal fee.
I will.
$200. Yeah.
Just abbreviate it. Port fee. They're like, what's this?
Only because 98% of companies don't need analytics from this portal.
Yeah.
You do? Are you so special?
Well, the company that is using the portal.
I'm insulting our advertisers.
No, they don't. You know what? I don't
haven't
care.
Been around for a long time.
I don't care. I'm not about that portal life anymore. You're going to pay for that shit. That's a waste of time. That's not time that I'm spending talking about your product to our audience.
They're pretty clunky.
Yeah, they're stupid. So, do you want to talk about the M5 Touring Take 2 briefly?
Yes.
Because if people recall, I think you're gonna have to go way pretty far down. There it is, the blue one. Go up that blue. So if you recall, we had a BMW M5 Touring, and I very much did not like it.
It's true.
And it was really bad in a variety of ways. And we actually didn't film it because I was like, yikes. I sent it back and I said, hey, can you guys like look at this? Or actually no, they said to me, we'd like to look at the car because based on your comments, it doesn't sound right. The tires were extremely bald. And they were worse on the inside than they were on the outside, actually. The front left wheel had thrown a weight, and the rear steer was out of alignment. So when the rear steer is out of alignment, what you get is bump steer in a straight line. So when it compresses, it does a little side shuffle like a speed skater. And so remember you saying the movement of the car isn't matching the road?
Yeah.
That's that.
So it was doing, what was it, like the S2000 AP1?
Yeah.
When it would compress, would change toe.
Yeah.
But the
this
M5
does it at the back.
It did at the back. Well, that's where it did it too. But this was doing it on a bump that, like, the wheel must have moved 2 millimeters. Like the tiniest little shiver, but it would cause the back to then shiver right or left.
Yeah.
It was really strange.
Yeah. The car moved in an incredibly unnatural way. So they were like, yeah, our bad. So they sent another one, this blue one. It was much better.
Yeah.
You drove it too, right?
I did briefly, but it didn't do that thing.
It didn't do that thing, which was the majorly problematic thing.
Well, you described it perfectly for people. You said it felt like ADAS was turned. It felt like the steering lane keep assist was on, and it thought you were leaving the lane constantly.
Yeah.
So just for people's reference.
Yeah, and when it was not on. So it felt like the car was tugging you around all the time, which was like a fucked up thing. So anyway, this one, the blue one, still really stiff.
Yes.
Still not the car for me. I mean, Hannah and I drove it. We drove it a couple 100 miles. We drove it to wine country, and it was comfortable. The seats were comfortable. It actually got shockingly good fuel economy. Got like over 30 miles a gallon going to wine country and back, which was pretty impressive. Starting with a full charge, 30-mile charge, and it steered properly. It stopped properly, and it behaved predictably. So it was just really stiff and really big and really heavy, and it's not really the car for me, but it's not nearly as bad as our initial impression was. Yeah. And I wonder how long that green car was that fucked up for before they checked it. Like, was it the loan before us, or did it go to a bunch of people who didn't notice the difference?
I don't know. I mean, the tires, it looked like someone, thrashed it on the track. I think, didn't we ask Kamisa, is this the car you had at Chuckwalla?
Yeah, he said no.
It seemed like someone did a track test, and then maybe it just went to us afterwards. I don't know.
Yeah. But it wasn't as bad as initially thought, for sure.
It wasn't, but
it's still not the car for me.
It's just the stiffness of it and the size of it. And okay, the size is whatever. Cars keep getting bigger and bigger. I just think it feels enormous. I mean, it has a big interior and you can put a lot of stuff in the back, but it just feels huge to drive. And the ride just being stiff, yes, it's the M5, yes, it's a sporty one. I just think this is how I would expect like an M5 Comp or M5 CS to ride. And if we're here already, then do we have anywhere to go upwards? Like, is it just going to become, even lighter and more abrasive? I don't know. It just for it being a luxury vehicle.
Yeah. It doesn't do the luxury bit that well.
The thing is, though, I keep thinking about if we lived somewhere else that had better roads, Georgia, Germany, are we complaining about a problem that is really the environment we're in, not the car we're driving?
No, other cars ride fine here.
So, but I think
this thing is cool, but don't try a Panamera.
That's true.
If you think you like this and you try a Panamera Turbo with the hydraulic suspension, you're going to be in for a world of surprise.
That's a good point.
Because that handles just as well as this. Just as well as this. Maybe if you're doing a fucking V-Box magazine test, there's some incredibly increment. On the road, there is zero difference. Panamera Turbo S will handle just as well as this. And it rides like a phantom.
This feels more like a Panamera or Taycan GTS.
Yeah.
Which I guess it should. It is the M5, but it's just really stiff. Maybe just reduce, like make the sidewall bigger or something like that. Let's shrink the wheels a little bit.
We need rams, though.
I know.
But it wasn't broken, so that's good. We found we learned something.
I don't like the interior design very much. That's an aesthetic, subjective choice, but like the lights you can change and the big rectangular panels. I think it looks like a laser tag arena.
It does.
And it looks cheap, frankly. But I mean, that's probably something that's plaguing the entire model line of 5 Series right now. That's just what they're doing. But there's so little about this car that hooked me. Yes, it is incredibly, incredibly fast. Holy fuck, it is incredibly fast.
If you do a full bore launch control through 4 gears, it is violently fast. But like Kamisa pointed out in his drag race, it is violently fast in the car. But the Panamera Turbo S Hybrid beats it in a straight line, and it's not violently fast. It's smooth fast, and it goes faster. So and it rides better.
Some people like the people that like single clutch transmissions because they kick them. Okay, well then that's the M5.
You know who says they like single clutch transmissions? People selling cars with them.
Well, I feel like people when they drove the LFA, they were like, "Ooh, this is actually kind of cool," and I disagree because it's slow.
I think I would suffer through a single clutch transmission in order to have an LFA.
I would as well, but if I had someone tell me. If I had a magic wand and they would rather keep the single clutch versus switching to a dual clutch, I would not believe them.
I wouldn't believe them either.
Yeah,
they'd have a real problem. You'd want to look into other aspects of their life and see where they've gone wrong. Yeah.
Why do you need to be hit so hard? Why are you flagellating while driving?
Yeah. And then I can flip the switch to the Aston Martin Vanquish, which I had for a week. Oh boy, I'm sorry that you were camping and missed this one because. This is a mighty automobile, Clapman.
Damn it.
This is really well. Don't worry, because next month we will have the convertible. So it's not. It won't be exactly the same, but you will have the vibe. 838 horsepower twin turbo V12. It's as long as my Taycan, and only seats 2. and so it is.
Wow.
It is proportioned in a way that many cars are not proportioned. Usually if you have a car this long that seats 2, you're sitting at the front of it. It's a mid-engine car with a V12 or something behind you. This is a sort of, it's not front mid because some of the engine is over. It's not fully behind the front axle, but it's close. It is a nasty thing. It's totally usable every day, putter around, blah blah blah. And when you're doing that, you sort of realize it's pretty stiff, and it tram lines quite a bit. The front end gets and the front wheels are far away, but it has this very sharp steering. No rear steer. So it's not like the 812. 812 also, the front wheels were very sharp, but very far away. It's like that.
That thing also made almost as much power as this, and there were no turbos. That's insane.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. This doesn't have the same vibe as the 812. This is a little more of a mellow vibe. The 812 was a little crazier.
Yes, it was.
High-strung and crazy. But this thing, when you get the engine above 4,000 RPM, holy fucking hell, the earth spins the other way. I mean, whatever was there is here. You're here, you're there, you're here, you're there. It's just the end of as far as you can see, it's here now. It's just, it goes up the road so goddamn fast. It has enough brakes, which is great, although they got real squeaky when I got them really hot. They started to get really squeaky. But the UI was pretty good, except CarPlay Ultra kept fucking up. I had a real tough time. Now, I think possible journalist problem, but it might reveal a bigger problem. CarPlay Ultra, I think because of the amount of data in it, takes longer to connect than regular CarPlay. in my experience, which so far is limited to Aston Martins. Okay. And the first time you set it up, it takes like 3 minutes to set up the first time. After that, you get in the car. If it's working properly, you get in the car, it's like 30 to 45 seconds to be CarPlay. When you're filming, as you well know, you're in and out and in and out, and the car stopped and the car started, and you're walking away from it, you're walking back. I confuse the hell out of the car. Connecting, disconnecting, out of range, in range, whatever. I'm sure most people aren't doing that. But after that, it never connected right the same again.
Oh.
Yeah. It kept do this searching for phones thing, which we have on the screen, and I'd click back to use the Aston Martin infotainment, and my Bluetooth would work, but not CarPlay Ultra. 3 days later, I deleted my phone from the car, deleted the car from my phone, started over, and it worked again, but it did take a long time to reconnect.
To initialize.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, starting Thursday, I have a Vantage Roadster, which obviously you can have for a couple days as well. That has CarPlay Ultra also, so we'll try again. Now, I have a new phone. I have an iPhone 16 Pro, so I have the latest of everything. It's not my old. We can't blame the old crappy 5-year-old phone anymore. Brand new phone. So, not the end of the world, and in some ways only partially Aston Martin's fault. Overwhelmingly, the car was excellent. The leather and it was crazy expensive. It's crazy expensive, and honestly, you can't feel that it's like almost $200,000 more than a DB12.
Whoa.
Yeah, DB12 is like $250 to $300. This is like $450 to $500. It's a huge difference in price. And there are a lot of ways I would prefer a DB12. Like, this thing is pretty, like you could daily it if you wanted to, but the DB12 would literally be better at it.
Why?
Softer ride, no tram lining, bigger trunk, still very fast, still sounds good, but a little easier to live with. Better, little better visibility.
GT Super
more
Sport.
of a GT. This is a more focused car. This would be better on a weekend. You could certainly road trip it, and you could certainly daily it if you wanted to, but it was stiff, and it's stiff and darty.
Right.
You have to deactivate ADAS every single time you start the car, which sucks. And I would always forget about it until it showed up at a fucking very annoying time, and I'd scream at it.
But man, it's stunning. The back reminds me of 4GT a little bit, the newest 4GT.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad thing. And the tail on this is so good looking.
It is so pretty.
That what's the black Aston that
we saw?
In Monterey?
The Valiant. That was trash.
I mean, this is a great looking rear end, and if you want to know how good it is, you see that special edition one, you go, oh, they broke it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that one wasn't great. This thing is so pretty. You know, and it obviously it sounds great. It sounds different on the inside than the outside. It sounds snarlier on the outside and more soprano on the inside. More like a horn, like a woodwind instrument on the inside.
Okay.
And like a snarly grrr on the outside.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is there enhanced sound inside?
I don't know. I think it's just very well insulated, and so you're just hearing different things.
Sure.
I don't think there's speaker sound. Really, really, really nice. I can't wait for the convertible. I bet it's going to be sick. But I hope they make the convertible a little softer, because if it's that stiff, it's going to be, and we don't want it to be flimsy. Yeah.
How much was this MSRP?
This one was like $460.
So an 812. I mean, these are definitely competitors. So the 812 MSRP is $433.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
But 812s go out the door for $6,700.
Of course.
Yeah.
The options are crazy.
Yeah. These, I'm sure, they're obviously insanely expensive, but I don't think there's much of a flip market on them. I think if you can afford one, you buy it. Like, dude, people People who buy 812s are not as rich as people who buy brand new Vanquishes.
Ooh.
You buy a brand new Vanquish, you know you're taking a depreciation hit. People who buy 812s are so nervous about losing a fucking dime on them. They need to get that money back.
That is a great ad. Like, that should be the billboard for Aston. It really should.
Yeah, the really rich people buy Astons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Put that
You
on a
ain't rich
sticker.
unless you can take a $200K depreciation the first 18 months.
And you know it's happening.
But I'd probably I think my choice, Bentley GT Speed, same kind of price, force, big money.
Softer ride or no? I didn't drive the car. Yeah.
Bentley, if you're dailying, especially if you're dailying in a place with 4 seasons, Bentley's.
Yep.
The Bentley is the fucking answer of all answers. It's there's. If you have enough money, the answer to almost any car question becomes Bentley. There is a it all just funnels to Bentley.
It's true, that Speed.
Eventually.
I drove the one 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So it was like last
you drove
gen.
the 12-cylinder one.
Yeah.
Oh, the hybrid one is banana. Did you drive the hybrid one?
No, but I drove the 12 and the 8-cylinder.
Yeah.
And both of them, I was like, why does this handle so well? And it's also incredibly comfortable and smooth, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was everything.
There's nothing a Bentley GT can't do exceptionally well. So if you're dailying, especially in 4 seasons, that's just the ultimate of everything. If you're dailying in the South where it's never going to snow, DB12 is really a nice choice. And anywhere a weekend Super GT, this is nice. This got a lot of love at Good Vibes. People were really into it. You don't seem like an asshole when you drive it. You seem like someone who knows some shit.
Yeah. Taking this on like a road and track event would be perfect.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but they said it was too many miles. This car had almost 6,000 miles on it. It was a lot. This one's been around. I really, really, really enjoyed it. And of course I will say something bad about it. No nose lift, scrapes everywhere.
Oh.
I must have scraped this thing probably 3 times a day.
No nose lift. I mean,
No nose
it adds
lift.
weight and stuff, but this thing's heavy already. And with a splitter, you want that. For
Yeah,
sure.
that was strange to me, and I, asked him was all, be careful. There's no nose lift, and I really, I mean, you know me. I try. I know how to take.
Careful.
I know how to fucking take a driveway without still everywhere. I'm scraping this thing, and Aston did not say this one doesn't, but it's an option. They were like, Vanquish doesn't have nose lift. So
Wow. I mean, because it has a carbon front splitter right here.
I don't know if it's carbon, but it ain't rubber. It's black. It's just black.
Okay.
It's not.
It might
It's
just
not
be
bare
gloss.
weave.
That's
No,
fair.
it's just gloss black.
Either way, it's not. It doesn't look like the cheap plastic.
It's not a wear item like it is on my Spider.
Right.
My
exactly.
Spider, you change that shit with every oil change. The rubber lip.
Just the lower apron.
Yeah, the rubber lip. It's like, I mean, it's not nothing, but it's pretty cheap. It's cheap enough where if I scrape it, I go, oh, whatever, fuck it, I'll change it later. Like, it's not a carbon one on a McLaren or something. Like, oh god, no. Yeah, those are like, dude, the worst are the carbon rear diffusers. If you have a carbon rear diffuser, you better be real careful backing up. Those curb stoppers, they fuck people up.
Yeah, with the vertical fins. Scraped, cracked, whatever.
You hit a curb
Done.
stopper and you nick 9 fins, dude, you're hosed.
Yeah, it's $20,000.
A minimum.
Yeah.
It's probably closer to 30.
You lost all your downforce, so now your cornering speed is reduced.
Yeah. We got a guy who fixed that. You see my guy who fixed it, where he painted the fibers back on?
I saw him fix something, and it was miraculous.
Yeah. The guy was able to, on a bare carbon diffuser where the guy hit a curb stopper on 3 fins, repair it, and then, using, I don't know, effectively like a Bondo, because it was like a 1 centimeter nick. So he sanded it, he used body filler, and then he hand painted the weave to match the carbon, and you couldn't see that shit.
Wow.
And it cost I think it cost the guy like $2,000, and replacing it was $40. It was on a 765 LT.
Pinstripe Chris, if you're listening.
It was insane
$5.
what this guy did. And then when I saw it, I was like, you should be charging more. And then the next time he charged a lot more.
Yeah, he should.
He did,
for that kind of ability. If it really is hidden, wow.
No one ever saw. No one has ever noticed. It's still there.
That's
it's still
incredible.
good. Yeah. I've seen him do it on a couple other cars. It's unbelievable. Yeah, but be careful with your curb stoppers. So that's pretty much all I have on my list for today. I'm handing back the trailer to Marco. We can we'll go with some questions. We'll talk about trailer. I am writing that for Road and Track, and so I don't want to give too much about it.
The only thing I'll say, I drove the Bentley around Monterey a bit, which was very, very nice. But when we were coming back from Big Sur, we went down there for breakfast, and I was driving with Sarah, and I was driving Hannah back to the house. And I'm just doop driving, chilling, and then I looked down at the gas gauge, which I hadn't looked at all morning because I'm an idiot. And I was like, just hop in the car and
actually
go.
kind of hidden. If you don't know where it is in the Bentayga,
it's very small.
It's not obvious. It's inside of another gauge, and it's a very subtle gauge, and you can thumb through the screen. Like normally I have the miles to empty up, but you can change that screen so it shows something else, and then it really doesn't show much at all.
I think it was
very
miles
small.
to empty, and it had like 62. And I didn't have enough service to look up how many miles to the house it was, but I knew it wasn't 10. But to your point, we spoke yesterday. The miles were going down in increments of 5, and then I got real quiet and real nervous. Like,
How low did you get it?
It was fine. It went down to like 40, and we had but just that moment of it's not going down, and we were not going 5 miles before it would drop 5 miles.
Yeah.
I was like, we've gone 1 mile, it's going down 5.
Yeah.
Now I'm freaking out, and I think we were like 25 or 30 miles out from the house.
Wow.
So just for about 10 minutes. Sarah and Hannah kept talking, and I stopped adding anything, and I was just watching this gauge.
Did you tell them that was happening?
I told them after you knew it was okay.
You
I
knew
was
it was
like,
okay.
I literally said, like, by the way, I was quiet because I was worried we were going to run out of gas.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
So coming over the Grapevine, which is the big mountain range north of L.A., the 5 freeway goes over it. It's called Grapevine section of this highway. There was construction, and then in the construction, 2 semis crashed into each other, wrecking out both their trailers, and one was hanging over the cliff.
Jeez.
And so there were 2 recovery semis to recover these semis in the middle of a construction zone. So there was already lanes reduced. So I get there, and it says on Google 35 minutes delay. It ended up being an hour and 35 minutes. It was 95 degrees, and I went like 7-8 miles at like 3 miles an hour. Now, Bentley radar cruise, exceptional. Although it doesn't seem to adjust for towing, because I wanted to creep pretty close in traffic, so I put it at 1 bar of distance, and it got way too fucking close braking, and I was like, it doesn't know about the trailer brakes.
You asked for 1 bar.
Yeah, so I put 3 bars, and then it was fine. But when I got to this traffic, I saw, okay, the accident is 8 miles away. It says 35 minutes. I had 90 miles to empty on the thing. I was like, that's fine. There was a gas station not 10 miles past the accident, and it was all downhill there. Whatever, fine. But every 10 minutes, it just went down by 5.
Right.
And so by the time I got to the accident and started going again, it was down to 40. It went from 90 to 40. And I didn't really know how long, much, because the thing that said, time in traffic 30, it never went up to an hour and a half or down. I kept sitting there and it kept saying plus 35. And I'm like, oh, please don't run out of gas in this fucking camera magnet rig. I'm looking at there's no shoulders, there's no exits, and I'm like, please. This was right where same place as the fucking Sapphire, where we're coming back from Sonoma the Sapphire, where we were sweating making it. It's there. It's right there.
It's the Bermuda Triangle of the I-5.
Don't go up the Grapevine without plenty of fucking
That's
juice
why there's
if you
9
have to
gas
sit there.
stations right at the base where all the outlets are and stuff.
When I went up the hill, there were no... Dude, I went up the hill, and it said, ETA 2 p.m. Just when I'm deep enough for there to be no alternative, it went from 2 to 2:40, and I just went, uh-oh. And there was no way out. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
It was stressful. It was definitely stressful. When it got below 50, I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking. But then I'm looking around. I'm looking around at everybody around me, and I'm going, I can't be the only one here who's thinking about this right now. I was like, I bet there's some poor fucking sap in this traffic jam right now in a fucking little car that, put $20 in or something and is really, really on fucking hovering on E and like praying right now.
Yeah, definitely.
I was in a Bentley with a massage seat going.
But if your car runs out of gas, your massage seat ends.
Well, so here was my next thought process, which is what I absolutely would have had to find a way to do. I don't know how I would have done it, but I would have had to do it. The fucking Manx is full. I filled it on my last drive. Yeah. The Manx is full, and the filler's on the nose, and it's only like 8 feet to the Bentley's gas thing. I got 9 gallons of gas right here.
It's your reserve tank.
But I don't know what would I have done?
I'd have to find someone with a hose.
I mean, it was a very slow traffic jam, right? So I could go walk car to car and go, who's got a hose?
You have 9 feet of hose? No. You do. Can I use it for gasoline? No, it's for your garden? Lame. Next person. You know what? I bet the odds of a truck, like a work truck that has
something is pretty decent.
It's pretty decent. And I bet you could buy 9 feet of hose. And that would be an amazing story.
I mean, I wouldn't have died up there.
No, of course not.
It was stressful.
You could also just call AAA and they'd bring you 5 gallons of gas.
With the traffic, it would have taken them 7 hours to get there.
So what you do is you pull over when you have 25 miles left. You just give in and then
you just wait it out.
The massage in that car is so mid.
It's quite.
It is. It's like there's
Range
a
Rovers
gerbil trying to escape the seat, but the gerbil is tired and out of food, and it's like every 10 seconds there's a very weak nudge, and they don't call it a massage seat, they call it a postural adjustment.
Yeah.
And it is neither.
Are you sure you had the massage seat on?
I'm pretty sure.
How did you turn it on?
I hit the seat button in like the comfort thing, and then there's you can select all, or you can select back or lower, and I hit.
But you were in the postural adjustment menu.
100%.
Postural adjustment
how would I know that term?
Is stress relief. That's designed to just move you slightly so you're not in the same position all the time. The massage button is on the side of the seat where you move it forward and back, and you press it, and it brings up the massage touchscreen, which is 8 modes.
Oh.
I take it you did not get there.
Problem.
Yes.
I did not get there.
You did not find.
Got it.
I, with Bentley experience, knew instinctively where that button was. What I don't like about that is that you have to hit it every 15 minutes. It auto turns off. It doesn't just stay on.
And it's funny that because the screen does so many things in that car.
Yeah.
So for you to have to go to a button on the seat for massage,
you don't have to then go to the touchscreen.
That brings the touchscreen up.
If you prefer one of the modes, and I like the lumbar massage mode, so I just leave it in that. So I only have to hit the seat button.
Right, but I'm saying, is there a way to get to the massage menu without hitting the seat button?
Not that I know of.
That's what I think is silly, because the screen controls everything.
Controls all.
And yet you still have to go to this old school thing. So that's just confusing.
Sure.
But journalist problem.
Yeah, I should have better trained you on the massage seats. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Postural adjustment. I guess it did its job then.
The seat heaters in the Manx work really good.
That's good.
Yeah. But after like 400 miles of driving around in that like small bucket seat, like I fit in it, but it's not great on my lower back after that many days. My body was a little beat up.
Yeah, I bet.
Let's go to the people. Of course, if you want to ask questions for the show, patreon.com/The Smoking Tire Podcast is where you do that. It's also where you get the show before everybody else. It's also how you can get the show without ads. It's also how you can support us directly in a way that is approximately 7,000x more effective than simply watching or listening anywhere else. And it's where you get an extra show every month and exclusive early access to merch collabs. By the way, patrons, this is going up Thursday, right?
Yes.
Patrons will have access to the final Notice Canyon Black Pearl on Thursday.
You've all been waiting for it. A lot of people have been asking, for real.
I know. A lot of people have been asking. I'm glad they're excited. Believe me, I have a financial interest in getting this watch to you. I will tell you when it's ready. The holdup was it's a different bracelet on this watch. It's an oyster bracelet, not a Jubilee bracelet, because oysters and pearls go together, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, it's an oyster bracelet. Instead of a Jubilee bracelet, it will fit with the other, it'll interchange with the other ones. But we were waiting on that because it was a new thing. We couldn't just go new dial in the same watch. So Thursday for patrons, and then they'll have 48 hours. And if there's any left, which I suspect there will not be, but if there are, they will go to the public after that. Okay?
Cool.
Gargle Tune. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Did you
I
see
really
the
like
guy?
that.
I don't know if it's fully real, but I saw it on Instagram that a guy let GPT tune his car.
I did see that video.
I don't know if
it's
I don't
true.
know if it's totally real, but it's kind of funny.
It is. If it's fake, it's great SEO, whatever. I mean, it's great engagement.
Yeah.
It's topical. And if it worked, cool.
I would like to see if Mitch. I'd like to sit down with Mitch and have him go through that process and analyze what it spits out.
Let's do that.
That would actually be more
That's a
interesting.
great video.
Yeah, that would be more interesting. So Gargle Tune. Oh, doesn't even want to talk about cars. Wants to talk about cooking. I've just started cooking and I'm loving it. Advice for a novice. Any particular recipes or cooking hardware you'd recommend? Okay, big question here. Recipes, no, but like start with recipes, right? Like most people are intimidated by recipes, and I think that's because a lot of recipes, like in cookbooks, are written by people who want to make themselves sound smart, and so they use big fancy French words instead of like basic ass words. But a lot of the times, like YouTube recipes can help because they can show you what to do, the same way like a YouTube musical instrument lesson versus just trying to read sheet music. So you want to have a couple of really, really good knives. They don't have to be super expensive. They just have to be sharpened properly. You want probably a 9-inch chef's knife and a 6-inch chef's knife. You need a good cutting board, obviously. You're going to want a couple of good pans. You want one good non-stick. You want one cast iron, and then you probably want like a Dutch oven of some kind. You're going to want good baking sheets with silpats, and then everything else you just kind of buy as you need. I mean, as you find a new recipe that requires a tool, think about it as an opportunity to buy that tool. And like stuff in your kitchen, like you keep that shit forever. I literally have my my hand blender, my immersion blender, my like pancake blender. I have a Cuisinart, I have a waffle iron, and I have a crock pot that were all gifts to my mother for their wedding. Wow. My fucking mother, and I'm cooking with that shit. Still using it all the time. All the time. My mom gave me the pasta maker, the hand crank pasta maker that we've used.
Yep.
My mom got that as a wedding gift and gave it to me brand new in the box like 6 years ago. I opened it from like 1978. Wow. Yeah, so stuff in the kitchen, if you take care of it, it'll last forever. So any opportunity to buy a new kitchen tool, within your budget, you'll probably keep that tool for a very, very long time. And the most important book in your kitchen, forget cookbooks. If you like a chef and want to buy their cookbook, that's cool. But the internet is really better for recipes than any cookbook. The most important cookbook that you must have in your kitchen is called the Flavor Bible. If you don't have it, you are very much missing out. Do you have it? Really?
Nope.
Oh, you had it at the big house, but we
yeah.
should. I still have the original copy. The Flavor Bible is the best cookbook because it's not a cookbook. It's an encyclopedia. You look up any ingredient, broccoli, okay, and it shows you everything that goes with broccoli.
Whoa.
All complementary flavors, and like some are like bold and some are starred, and like ones that are bold are like the best flavors. And it's the most important book for here's what I've got in my kitchen. What can I make? Oh man, the wife says she wants a Brussels sprouts dish, but I want some new flavors. Like, what do I do? And like, if you want to like the way I went from like someone who cooks from recipes to someone who cooks from brain is by starting with a recipe, and when I find a recipe I like, just changing like one ingredient. And the Flavor Bible helps you decide what ingredient to change and what ingredient to change to. And before you know it, you now have your recipe. It's not the fucking New York Times chicken casserole anymore. It's Matt's chicken casserole because I've changed this thing. So I, recipes, and then change one thing at a time. Buy a new tool as a recipe demands it, and buy a tool that's nice enough that'll last for a long time. Couple of chef's knives, Flavor Bible. That'll get you going. Your mom drives, huh?
Knife sharpener.
Knife sharpener.
They don't have to be expensive.
No,
at all.
Honing rod and sharpener, and yeah. But even like twice a year, maybe professional knife sharpening. Farmer's Market guy does it. It's like $2 an inch.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
It's not bad because like a home sharpener's good most of the time, but them guys with the angle grinders, they really get it done. My knives, the new West ones, with the colorful handles, lifetime unlimited. So like once a year, I FedEx them in, and they send them back. Like when I'm going out of town for a week, I'll FedEx them in. They'll sharpen, send them back for free.
Nice.
Yeah. Your mom drives a stick. Says the Honda Ferry grants you a new Civic or vintage Civic or Civic-based model for free to add to your stable. What do you pick any year?
Any year.
I would either do a 2000 Civic Si blue stock.
The HDP, HP, what is it called? We drove that one. It was like the first video we ever did.
No, that was 2010. I mean the one from my high school. The two-door coupe Civic Si. Or the Civic Type R hatch from Japan of that same era.
Yeah. I think I think same one, the blue. The blue early 2000s car is a stunner in every way, and it drives awesome.
And they don't exist anymore.
Well, now they're $200,000.
I literally haven't seen a stock one outside of the Honda Museum in years.
I bet after that Bring a Trailer auction, anyone who owns one is probably not driving it because they're too valuable.
Oh, did I tell you that I spoke with somebody at Ford on Saturday night at the fire pits at Spanish Bay? I spoke with Angie and a few other people at Ford. Remember we talked about the concept car that my aunt drove me around in?
Yes.
Someone at Ford remembers the car. Was like, oh, the green one? I was like, yes. And I was like, does that car still exist? And they're like, I don't know. We have to like check the So I said, if that car still exists, I want to drive it at Woodward Dream Cruise.
Yeah.
And I want to fucking drive it straight. My aunt and uncle still live in Detroit. I want to drive that bitch to my fucking aunt's front door and be like, look what I got. I think it would blow her mind if I showed up in that car. It'd be a sick story.
Great story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were going to look for the car and see if it's still around. I don't know if it is, but that'll be pretty cool, right?
So cool.
Yeah. My Aunt Janice rules. She is a fucking serious woman. She's a very high level executive at both Ford and Bombardier, which does jets,
right?
As well as they own Sea-Doo, Ski-Doo, all the dudes.
All the dudes.
All the dudes. Your Seiko ex-girlfriend's Eagle Talon. That's a lot. Okay. So the question here is, I don't want to read the question because it sort of okay. The question is about the Audi RS3. When I reviewed the Audi RS3, there was this misunderstanding between me and Audi, or a miscommunication, or bad information, or whatever, about how much torque was going to the rear wheels. The question says I drove it in rear wheel drive mode. That's not what it is. It's called rear torque mode, which sends as much power as possible to the rear.
Right.
The idea being it helps the car slide. In the RS3, which is a car I really like, it only worked okay. And so the question is, if me and Audi themselves can't seem to distinguish between these performance modes, who are they being developed for? If you can't tell, who can? But I can tell. It's not it's not me and Audi, we know what the mode does. The discrepancy was that Audi said it sends 100% of available torque to the rear wheels. The word available never gets above 50%.
Right.
So that was the thing. I knew there was torque coming to the wheels. I didn't think it was rear wheel drive only. It was just maximum torque to the wheels. And they said it was 100, but it wasn't driving like it was 100 because it wasn't 100. That was the discrepancy. So it wasn't about feeling or anything like that. It was just about marketing jargon being, in my opinion, misleading. Something that is not the car's fault. The car's a front-wheel drive-based MQB car. They're doing what they can, and I actually, believe it or not, have we talked about ever that the second half of my September is a complete shit show? That I'm doing the Road and Track Seaside to Sierra Rally and Performance Car of the Year back to back without coming home, and then I'm tailing that off with playing golf with my dad for a weekend in Northern California. So I have an RS3 for all of that. So I'm doing an RS3 for Seaside to Sierra. I'm tracking it at Sonoma. We then have it for Performance Car of the Year, where we're tracking it again. I'm then driving it, 1,500 road miles. So I will have a lot of RS3 seat time experience, and we will have a lot to talk about after that. I love the RS3. It is such a great car. Such a fucking great car.
Yeah, it was really just the marketing term, right? And did they adjust it afterwards where they say it's, 100% of the available 50 goes to one wheel, not 100% goes to the wheels?
I didn't chase them down and beat them up to change the words. Once, I basically said the word was misleading. They then kind of got mad at me for how I said it, and then I said, "Look, this really isn't my fault." And we sort of left it at that. It was what it was. Okay. BBI Autosport. I really like that, and I think we should tell Batim to make a T-shirt. That's pretty fucking good, actually. I really do like that one a lot. How do you think that cars that have come out in the last couple of years will age? Will there come a time when owning a used car is prohibitively expensive due to constantly increasing complexity? We've been saying that for a while, and it hasn't really. I mean, it's driven, like, if you look at the price of a 2010 or to 2015, like S-Class or Panamera or 7 Series, like, they're pretty cheap in great part because technology evolves so fast in those types of cars, and also because they're so expensive to fix relative to their age and, overall value.
Yeah.
But that's always kind of been the case, right? Those luxury cars do depreciate like that as technology moves pretty fast. I don't know what it will take for them to be reappreciated again, I don't know. And I don't know if the market, like, let's go ahead 30 years. Will the market for 2010 CLSs be much smaller than the current market for early 2000s AMGs is, or 90s AMGs is? Now, or will it have the Radwood effect where it's all generational, but maybe people will look at how complicated and expensive it is to fix the twin-turbo 4-liter V8, and they'll go, actually, I'm going to go back to the NA one because I can just afford to maintain it. Well, and right now, the sort of peak collector cars are still, the analog stuff. The stuff that's going up is the end run stick shift stuff and sort of the early hypercars, I guess, because there are so few of them.
Right.
There's only 25 Koenigsegg CCXs, so that's when a brand is as strong as Koenigsegg is now, their early stuff will be very valuable.
They look so short and stubby, by the way. We saw them
old
in Monterey.
CCXs.
They look weird. I saw one, I was like, that's a kit, right?
Yeah.
And compared to the new ones.
Did you see the prototype? The CC prototype?
The brown
it was
one,
like purpley.
I don't know.
It looks very bizarre.
Yeah, they look funny compared to the newer ones.
Yeah.
But I think, look, you were talking about at the auction, 250 GTOs are softening in price. that was a car that seemed like it would only go up in value.
Not
forever.
GTOs, but other Ferrari 250 cars, like 250, the road cars of all that generation. GTOs are in another universe.
Forever.
No, I'm talking about all like 250 GTs and 250 short wheelbases and California Spiders. I mean, only the SWB Competizione, the gray one, that one was huge money, as it should be, because it was so rare. But the 250 long wheelbase that went right before it did not bring, Ferrari California money. I mean, it was down. We saw a couple other 250 based cars that were substantially under the below estimates.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, Porsche's done a good job by backdating technology. So you can put CarPlay in your 997 or in your first gen Cayenne. And so that helps a lot, certainly, that retrofit that makes it more usable today. So we'll see if other companies follow suit.
Down the road, like if the PDK pumps start failing.
Sure.
How much will those be to repair? How complicated will they be? Are you going to have someone who can buy the car for $50,000, but is the transmission 12?
Right.
That's the question.
Yeah. It may happen. It may happen for sure. Desmoldering rim. I'm looking to diversify my collection. I have a C6 Corvette, a Mini Cooper, an F-150, and a Hummer H2. Okay. I'm on a budget and I want to spend up to $60K. I'm looking at obvious 911 choices, but I'm starting to get interested in the Lotus Evora. Thoughts on that? It's an interesting option.
I think you should get something from the Axis of Evil. Just something. Right now it's America, and then you got a British Mini
Britain.
Cooper.
I mean, if you've never owned a 911, $60K will get you a pretty good one. It'll get you a great 997. It'll get you a great 996 turbo. It'll get you a decent 991, probably an S. Or
a lot of Boxster,
a ton of Boxster or Cayman. However, Evora's, I would say, as long as it's an S, you definitely want at least an S. You don't want the naturally aspirated one. At least an S. If you can get the right car, it's pretty flat money. Money in, money out. Miles don't really matter so much. They're such reliable cars. They're so easy to service.
As long as you don't ding a body panel, right? That's the hard thing.
Well, on Elises and Exesias, those are really bad. It's better on Evoras because they're not like whole clams the same way that the Elise and the Exesia is, but it's it's more annoying.
It's the only thing, but otherwise they're fantastic cars. And yeah, they nailed it. I mean, it looks like a supercar, but it has Toyota reliability. Pretty cool.
The DeVille went down to Georgia. Wife and I just adopted a Great Dane puppy. Congratulations. I was going to buy a GR86, but that can't happen now. How about a fun, dynamic manual car that can fit a gentle giant? How about this? The Mini JCW Countryman. Our friend Alonzo Bowden, the comic, has a Great Dane, adult Great Dane, and goes in the back of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
I think what you want, DeVille, is a fast SUV-ish crossover thing. That's a huge dog, so you need that roof height. So yeah, that's a great answer.
Yeah, I mean, you could also do it's got to be manual. That's really tough because there's just not a lot of them.
Focus ST, maybe. It's not that tall, but it's taller. Manual crossover.
I mean, dude, you could
tough.
if you get a John Cooper Works Mini, forget the Countryman, and take the back seats out and do a rear seat delete kit. That dog will fit back there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put like a bed back there.
The problem is wanting manual.
That is
that eliminates. There aren't manual big cars. Like they don't exist.
Because otherwise, you could get CX-5. You could get a Macan. You could get what else is fast and like a little bit tall? Any number of like Audis.
I guess like old ones, not like new. Yeah. Oh, if you new ones. If you don't want manual, SQ5, Macans.
But the intersection of basically truckish crossover and manual that's fast.
Yeah.
Is extremely rare.
I don't even know if the Countryman comes in stick anymore. I mean, it did for a while. I'm not even sure it does. Can you get a you can't get like can you get a Forester and stick or even like
Not.
you can get an Impreza but not like a fast one.
Yeah, well, they're already driving around in an STI.
You may have to like build your own car. You may have to get a Forester XT with a manual that's like a few years old.
And then turn it up a bit.
Yeah. What about that a couple years ago? It must have been like 10 years ago. The BMW X1.
That was fast.
With manual and rear wheel drive with the N54 engine in it. Those were really fast.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good one.
Those are fast.
The N54 is a maintenance nightmare.
I know, but like it was manual.
You could go N55 X1 with the automatic, and it's automatic, but at least it'll have most of the things you want.
Yeah. Mike Spinelli's bus stop hair. I'm inheriting a 94 LT1 C4 Corvette. It's mint and auto. Can't get rid of it, but also don't really have any interest in it. Is it worth modifying, or do I keep it stock and use it for a funny date night car once every few months? That's too bad. Inheriting a car you're stuck with, you can't get rid of it, but you don't really want to drive it.
I guess, why can't they get rid of it? I think I would. Now, it could be a too soon situation.
If it's a too soon situation, then I would say wait it out and then get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because a car that you don't want is really a pain in the ass.
And you're just going to let it fall apart.
Yeah.
I would just. Hopefully, you can just wait a bit and then explain to friends and family. Look, I don't have anywhere to store this. It's costing me extra money. I don't drive it.
Yeah. Is it worth modifying? Like, not really. I mean, what if it was something you enjoyed driving, you could then modify it to make it even better to drive. But like being an auto,
right?
I don't know what you're going to do with it to make it more fun to drive.
Yeah, if you lived in Georgia, Blue Ridge Parkway, you could do some handling stuff, and then you're kind of in one gear anyway. But it's such a bad place to start.
Yeah, it's not a good place to start for a project unless you were for some reason interested in swapping it to a manual, but that seems like it's not worth the effort in a car like this.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, if they suggest keep it stock and use it for a funny date night once every few months, I mean, I guess that's okay. I mean, I guess
then it's a weekend car.
If it's a weekend cruiser, like, all right.
I would also say if this person hasn't driven it much, they fell in their lap, drive it for a little bit. Maybe you'll grow to like it. Excuse me.
Bad Gardener says the Aston Martin Valhalla has no trunk. Is this not a serious miss when this is supposed to be a real street car? I feel like most people buying it would use for dream trips like Car Week and drives to concours. Would a Valhalla customer use this as their Canyon car? I think a Valhalla customer would use it as their Canyon car. This is the mid-engine Aston Martin we're talking about. It's probably going to be just under $1 million, but it'll be very expensive. I don't like when cars don't have trunks. I think cars should have trunks. Almost every time I'm taking a car somewhere, I'm bringing something with me. But listen, Porsche GT3 RS has no trunk. They sold every single one of them. Ford GT has no trunk. They sold every single one of them. A lot of these cars are the customers are not. They're not road tripping the car.
That
if they're having the car shipped to Car Week, delivered to their house on 17 Mile Drive, or being minded by Aston Martin themselves.
Yeah, I think calling it a quote real street car, as Bad Gardener did, is just a really loose term. For most people, they'll drive it twice. They'll drive it kind of fast, sort of, and then one person will track it. But for most people, it's like, oh, I was able to buy the Valhalla. It'll sit in my garage. I'll sell it in a few years. And it's not something they're like going to drive around. I don't think it's a road trip car at all. No one's going to road trip this.
I mean, there's a difference between a real street car between that and a GT car and a car that you could go on a road trip in. I think a lot of very high performance cars like the T50 and whatever, Paganis and all kinds of stuff, they have very, very small luggage compartments, in many cases requiring fitted luggage, if any. And even Porsche's got on the bandwagon with the GT3 RS. So, like, my guess is that Bad Gardener and my taste for wanting a trunk is not the same as the people actually spending the money on this car.
Yep.
Having said that, my new car has no trunk.
That's true. Yeah, Sarah wanted to put her sweater somewhere, and Hannah was like, we were at Quail, and she was like, "Oh, can I throw my sweater in the Manx?" And we don't want to like just discard clothing visibly, but Hannah was like, "Where can we put it in the Manx?"
Yeah, there isn't anywhere. There's nothing. Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should, says, do you have any embarrassing or funny stories of when you were younger? I mean, sure. There's plenty of things I'm embarrassed about from when I was younger. I assume you mean car things. There are things that if you saw the picture of my car without context, you'd probably be embarrassed, or you'd probably be like cringy. Like I had a Subaru, my first Subaru Legacy, but I was hanging around with Mustang people, so I had I put a Hurst T-handle shifter.
Right.
Like on my Subaru. But I was also hanging out with Volkswagen people. So I had the Thule snowboard rack that they were putting on the Jettas and the GTIs at the time. And I also did street glow neon on the car. Now, this was in 1997. This was 3 years before The Fast and the Furious came out. So it was not considered corny at the time. It was actually kind of novel. In hindsight, it's amateurish and not cool, but
now
like
it's come back.
Now it's come back. There was cars at Car Week with fucking street glow on
I
them.
I think Jesse Awuji's R34 has street glow on it, and because it's like it's an homage to the Japanese tuner scene where that came from. So,
yeah. Well, and now with LED strips, they can do it much easier. I had neon tubes.
Whoa.
Yeah. It wasn't great. And I literally bought an exhaust from actual AutoZone. I bought
Oh yeah, me too.
I bought a muffler from AutoZone.
I bought a fucking intake manifold. Because it's Edelbrock.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So I mean,
inspiration from everywhere though.
In hindsight, that is like, yeah, that's not great. But like at the time when you were 16 and like the internet wasn't fully developed yet, and Subaru, like the WRX wasn't here. There was no Subaru aftermarket at all in America at the time.
Very true.
So like I kind of just improv'd it, and wouldn't do that again today. But is what it is. Pontiac Simon Phoenix. How does that go together? Is there a Pontiac Phoenix? Pontiac Simon Phoenix. I don't get, because Simon Phoenix is the guy from Demolition Man, Wesley Snipes' character. Pontiac is a car. But I don't know I don't know the contraction.
There was a Pontiac Phoenix sold from 77 to 84.
Just get the fuck out of here. What does a Pontiac Phoenix look like?
I'll let you just describe it. 77 to 84 from Pontiac.
All right, is it 77 to 84? It's a Malaise era hatchback that shares its platform with some kind of awful Chevy, maybe a Chevette.
Yeah, it's a Malaise era coupe, but it's a box.
Oh God! Oh, okay, cool. It's like is that a B body maybe? Whatever.
Actually, and there also is a hatchback.
There was a hatch.
God, that's terrible.
Is that the Vega? Is that share with a Vega? Maybe. I don't know, but it looks terrible.
There's a 4-door version that's even worse.
God, look at that.
Yeah.
That looks like a Chevette or something. That's fucking awful. Wow. Okay. All right. Thank you, Pontiac Simon Phoenix. I now dub that a good username. Always wanted to send good. Oh, that's this last week. I don't have an enthusiast car. Can I go to Good Vibes? Yes. Park not somewhere in the middle.
Hang out, make friends.
Okay, wait a minute.
No.
Keep going. No, keep going. Gin and Taconic State Parkway. Is the Ferrari FF a good buy at 100 to 110K? If you want a comfortable modern Ferrari GT experience for a third of what that costs normally, yes. However, they are very, very expensive to maintain. As an example, we have a client with a GTC4 Lusso, which is the turbocharged version, but we just had to take it to service. We had to replace a faulty window switch. It was $2,400. So for a window switch. So just so you know, that's what you're looking at for parts with a secondhand Ferrari. Fiat anti-Chrysler, that's kind of funny, is getting a long wheelbase car like a Town Car, 7 Series, G90, etc. a bad idea for a driver who just loves the look of it? No. If you like the look of a long wheelbase car, get a long wheelbase car. That's okay. They're not like...
No, I mean, if you like the look of a car, just
buy
car.
it.
That's
just get it. That's fine.
Half my decision making.
No reason not to.
For sure.
Yeah, no reason not to. Okay, last. Let's see. Last one. Nice cam. Oh, what?
But this is like the greatest name.
Jeremy Clarkson spoke in class today. That fucking rules. Just completed a 10,000-mile road trip across the U.S. on tour with my band. What is the prettiest state to drive through on regular highways and interstates?
Utah.
Yeah, Utah or Colorado, probably. I think. Right?
At the right time of year. I mean, if you get, meaning like the angle of the sun at sunrise or sunset in Utah lights up. They have so many different colors of rocks.
Yeah.
There's like purple stuff, red stuff. I mean, I was blown away going through Utah again.
Yeah, Utah. If we're just talking about it, scenery, roads that go by, scenery.
It
tough
keeps it
to
interesting
beat.
The whole time.
Tough to beat that. Yeah.
I heard Montana has some stunning parts.
It does, but
it's
Utah's more variety. Montana is big mountains and beautiful forests and things like that, but there's just sort of a lot of that. Utah, it starts with desert and then red rocks and then huge Rockies and then forest. There's more variety, I think. Yeah. Good ones today. We will save the rest for the next. Oh wait. Do people have no? We'll save those. Okay. We will save those. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate. Is that the right time? We on time?
1:23.
We'll do two more. Go. Let's go. Matt's substitute video editor says thoughts on the new Lamborghini. Phenomenal. I don't know, what it is. I didn't really care. I saw it, and then I kind of didn't care. So I kept going. It's just like a different body on a Revuelto, from what I think.
I never noticed this. They have something they call the few-off series, not the
one-off.
Yeah,
no, the few-off. It's like the cyan and the whatever, the Veninos. Those are the few-off. They'll do 10. So they're doing 29, and I don't care. They're going to go to a bunch of billionaires who are never going to drive them. So the interior looks basically like a Revuelto. And okay, cool. I hope the people that are lucky enough to buy them make excellent returns on their investment as being part of the Access Club.
Did you see the cars there? They were called eccentric or something like that.
Yeah, the reimagined. It's a Restomod Diablos.
That's what that is, right?
Yeah. Johnny really likes them. I don't love them. I think they look off. I think the late Audi era Diablos are just much, much prettier. Just get one of them. That's an Audi, a Diablo 6.0 is a Restomod Diablo.
Yeah.
That's a Diablo that Audi re-engineered to be a much better Diablo. Just get that. Yeah, I didn't do it for me. I did look up the Totem Alfa Romeos. I'll fuck with these.
Oh, these are cool.
We're getting one to drive, by the way. These are really cool. This is I was pretty down with these things.
These have the prettiest engine bay I've ever seen.
The prettiest engine bay, and the interiors are batshit. The one that I saw had this crazy floral pattern on it, and the shift knob was Murano glass. It took my hot dog shift knob from the Manx to super next level. So we're going to get one of these to drive. They look sick.
600 horsepower.
Yeah, so like if that Alphaholics one is the singer of Alpha, this is the Gunther Works.
Ah.
Yeah. Look, I mean these are pretty slick though.
I mean, it's a beautiful shape.
Yeah. The interior was insane on the one that was there.
So they make an electric one and the gas one, and then a super gas.
So
one.
we're gonna get the gas one, the GT Super, which has a leather interior, like a more like luxurious interior. Ooh. That other like crazy one has like the full carbon interior, which looked insane, but not as comfy and nice.
I agree.
Yeah,
man.
This is the one to have, right?
One of the best profiles ever.
I mean, it just looks fabulous. They look great in person, and this dude Ricardo, who was there selling them, he was a boss. I liked it. Yeah, those are gonna be cool. Can't wait to drive that. And last one, of course, Frozen. Frozen Dingleberry Metallic. Oh, I look thin. Thanks. I feel thin, I think. Christian says, okay.
This feels like a lot of Googling.
It's so much. I don't know what tickets cost. Christian, I want to help you, but I can't tell you what events happen and prices per ticket are. I've never bought a ticket to anything.
I'll say the short answer because they say, are there events that cost less than $1,000? Yes. Oh my God.
For sure.
Autopian puts on a good event. There's the
I think the Concours is the actual Concours is like 500.
Which is, and that's expensive, but there are car shows all over town
that are
some are free, some are like $12.
Yeah.
I think the Autobahn Legends, you had to pay to park, and if you paid in advance, it was $30. And if you just parked on the street somewhere, you could just walk on.
Yeah.
So like, there's tons of stuff that costs no
money. And there's a full calendar that gets published, like by the Pebble Beach Concours. Actually, they publish a full calendar of like all Car Week events. It's really only the Concours, the Quail, Motorlux that are expensive tickets. I mean, going to manufacturer parties, you can't even buy tickets to that. You have to be invited.
Yep.
Stuff like auctions, you can buy a spectator ticket to an auction. It might be like $50. I mean, that might be a lot. It might not be a lot for you, but like, it's not $1,000. You don't have to be a bidder. Mm-hmm. You can buy a spectator ticket to that.
And with those, can you like walk through the pit of cars that are coming up?
Yeah,
so that's a great.
You
thing
can go
do.
you can go
awesome.
Basically anywhere except you can't like sit in the front 25 rows or whatever.
I don't want to sit there anyway. What if I sneeze and they're like, "Oh, you just bid."
Right?
No thanks.
Yeah, there's tons of shit that's free or regular people prices. It's really just Quail, Concours, and Motorlux that are insanely expensive. Okay, wait. Vespa question. I'm going to be in Sonoma and Napa counties a week a month for the next year. I don't actually have to get anywhere because I'm work from home and I can always Uber if the weather is bad. But when it's nice out, is a Vespa good for the roads? I'd be looking at a 300, but don't understand the differences between the lines. I want to avoid getting a car because of parking it for weeks on end, but a bike or scooter, I can leave in a friend's garage on a tender. Okay, cool. I like where your head is at, Courtney. I think as long as you don't have to go too far, Sonoma and Napa counties are like big windy roads. There's some highways, there's some back roads, there's urban. It's very beautiful. It does rain there. You do have actual rain. It's not like LA. Mm-hmm. It rains, somewhat regularly up there. So mainly a 300 would be ideal. A 300 is the biggest Vespa they make. It's water cooled. It's still not that big, but it has better suspension, better brakes, better storage, better everything. A little more money up front. It goes faster. It stops better. It has ABS and traction control. 150s are smaller. If you're a man under 150 pounds, then you'd get a 150. Above that, get a 300. But I like the idea. I think you get a phone mount for it, so you can use your GPS. It has a USB port in it, so you can keep your phone charged if you want to go to Bluetooth to a headset, so you can use GPS and get the cargo box on the back for your groceries, and you're in business. Buy it used. Pull up just real quick. Pull up Craigslist. Let's just see what. Let's look at Craigslist for Sonoma, California. Or what city instead of maybe San Francisco Bay Area? SF Bay Area, and maybe we can do nearby. Do we have Sonoma, Napa, anything? Huh. All right, just look up Bay Area. For sale motorcycles. And then just search Vespa 300. And let's see, what does a Vespa 300 go for in San Francisco right now on Craigslist? Top right. 33,750, great color, San Jose South, 3,700 miles, $7,200. I'm gonna sell mine at a profit fucking today. Give me 7,200 for mine. Let's go. It looks like 5 to 7,000 gets you a great one. 3 to 5,000 gets you an okay one, and that's just on a quick glance of Craigslist in the San Francisco Bay Area, and that's good. That's money in, money out. Whatever you pay for it now, you'll be able to sell it for basically that in a year. Yep. I endorse that decision.
It'd be a really pleasant way to get around Napa.
Oh, it'd be fabulous.
Smell the grapes and the fall leaves and stuff. And,
It would be fabulous. Yeah, I'm definitely pro that. Get some good gear, though.
Yep.
Like, if you're riding that around Napa as transportation, like, you don't have to wear full leathers or anything, but you got to wear a good jacket. You got to wear a full face helmet. You got to wear gloves. Maybe consider shoes. I mean, if it was me, I would only wear jeans, but I would maybe consider some riding pants that are reinforced that look like regular
jeans.
pants.
Yeah, there's a lot of great options now because the roads could be damp there.
Yeah.
The roads can get cold.
Yeah.
You know, all that kind of stuff. And people drink wine.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Yeah, I wouldn't treat it like you're in Bermuda with your flip-flops on your rental scooter for the day. I would treat it more like motorcycling. A little bit.
How are the headlights on that? I remember when I was in Sonoma, when it's dark there, it's dark.
It's real dark.
Yeah.
It's real dark. But I mean, my Vespa's headlight is fine. It's got high beams and low beams. Like, I've never had a problem with it. Yeah, it's good. That's our show, folks. I'm going to go return this trailer to Marco. And I appreciate the questions from all of our patrons. We certainly aren't going to throw the rest away. We will get to them, provided we haven't already covered those topics. And new merch coming up in the SmokingTireShop.com or click the link on our website. And, of course, the Black Pearl Notice Canyon will be available to patrons in a matter of days, or by the time you are listening to this, if you're not listening to it early, today, probably Thursday, the whatever, 21st.
Today's the 19th. Oh, yeah, 21st.
21st, yeah. Nothing else? Bye.